Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for watching this video. Today's video has been kind of long overdue. If you've been watching my videos, I've been building my homestead for a couple of years and just working on stuff all the time and adding stuff. Hey, welcome back to the channel, everybody. Been a little bit since our last videos back in December, so welcome back and thanks for watching the video. As usual, a lot of things going on around here at the homestead, even in the winter. A lot of the builds have kind of slowed down, but I'm planning for the spring and the summer. And one of the things that I'm feeling kind of some urgency to do was to put solar out here to try to offset some of our electric consumption. Seems like they continually raise rates and just getting more expensive. And I know here, and I don't know how long they've done it, but we now have peak hours where they're charging us more at different parts of the day. And so I thought maybe this is going to be an investment. I'm wearing bib overalls. If I were you, I'd do your own math, do your own stuff. I'm not telling you what to do. But everybody has strengths, and I seem to make decisions, financial decisions, based on math. That may seem kind of crazy, but when you start talking about preparedness and things like that, there's other variables that add into the equation, but I try to strip it down to make the decision easy, right? So it takes a lot of money to do this. There needs to be some sort of monetary return. And I'll tell you what I think a little bit into the video on that, because a lot of times in our decision making, we just let our emotions cloud the decision making. Not everything's binary. It's not right or wrong, this or that, like solar or no solar. I actually have several solar arrays around this homestead now. I run my electric fences on solar. If you go back, actually my favorite video I ever made was on solar powered, they market them as a solar generator or whatever, but basically solar panel with a charge controller hooked up to a battery that in case the power goes out, I can charge my phones. I have a small inverter. I can, listen to radio or do whatever. It also runs my ham radios and things like that. So it's a really small system. We're talking a couple $100 to do that. This system, however, is, this might be controversial, I don't know, right? So I was looking at a whole house system. The utilities are fighting this as hard as they possibly can to get you to not do solar because it's not in their interest, and I understand that. And so they've changed the net metering. They've changed how much they pay you if you produce more than you make. In Indiana, up until last week, they were doing instant metering, which is even worse for you. I just can't get into everything, every little detail. If you're interested, the information's out there. So, I get on these trails, and if you guys, some of you guys have been watching from the beginning, I'm a guy that, I built my own house. I've done all this stuff out here, and I've had some help, but when I get on something, I'm like a dog on a scent. I'm on it. It just consumes me, and that's the way solar's been for me. I've been thinking about it a while, but for about the past 2 or 3 weeks, my full-time obsession has been solar. So here we go. At the end of the day, it's math, it's numbers. You are spending money to buy solar panels to offset your bill. So there is a cost and a return. And there has to be a return to make the cost worth it. So we're going to take the preparedness side completely out of this equation and look at it financially. So I contacted several solar companies in my area. A couple of them were national. And actually, one of them, they came out within 2 days. In fact, we had like 6 inches of snow and ice out here, and the guy showed up. They're on it, and you wouldn't believe what they told me. I couldn't believe it, and the guy was sitting in my dining room. So, anyway, let's just get into it. We figured out for the last year. I tried to zoom in. I'm scrunched down here to try to get everything so you can read this. There's more than this, but this is the best I could do to give you the slightest overview of the way I look at it. Once again, Do your own thing. Do your own math. If it's good for you, go for it. It makes me no difference. This is for me. My average usage was about 1,250 kilowatt hours a month, which translates into $178 was my average bill over a year. Now this is me burning firewood, and I have a super efficient house. We have LED lights, all the things, but I have animals. I run multiple freezers and refrigerators, so I've got some usage too. And my bill in December was $300. I don't know if they raised the rates. I don't know if the peak rates got me, whatever, because my bill is normally cheaper in the winter. We heat exclusively with wood. So in the summer, of course, I'm running an air conditioner, so it's generally cheaper in the winter. So that kind of shook me, so I'm feeling a little bit motivated. There's a little bit of a tax incentive right now, so let's get on with it. Let's do this thing. So average bill, $178. The way the net metering goes, it doesn't make a lot of mathematical sense for you to have a solar array that generates more than you can consume, because they don't pay you basically nothing to sell it back to the grid, right? So the cost of these things are not linear. They go up steeper, right? So the more you want, the more expensive they get. And so they say 50 to 65% was ideal. So when we came out, the guy that came out, I actually learned several things from him, so that was good. He had some software that showed my latitude and everything, and like what I could produce. So what we designed was a 16-panel system, which was 6.08 kilowatts. That would offset about 70% of my electric bill on average throughout the year. So obviously more in the summer and less in the winter. So that on average is going to be saving me $124 a month. Okay. In order to do that, I had to get 3 lithium batteries totaling 12 kilowatt hours in those batteries. Now once again, guys, I am not an expert on solar, so if you're an expert, you want to shred me in the comments, go for it. This is just what I have gleaned from the dozen people I've talked to about it. I couldn't believe the price he told me, because, well, I just couldn't. He told me $62,000. Guys, my house, I built my own house, it cost $86,000. If you think I'm going to spend $62,000 on solar, holy moly. So I went through this whole thing. He's here for like over an hour, and he's a nice guy. I feel like I don't want to run him down. Nice guy, knew what he's talking about. Nothing personal. It's just numbers. It's my money. That's my $62,000. I want to see what it's going to get me. So they really pushed the lending. I'm starting to think that some of these companies are like pay-by-the-week car lots or payday lenders. They're making their money on lending, I guess. I don't know. I didn't get that far into it. I've been following Dave Ramsey for a long time, and I have worked very hard to be out of debt. And to think that I would borrow money on a solar panel, me personally, is absolutely insane. So let's run the numbers. He's telling me, so the solar system has a 25-year warranty. Now you're probably going to get a little more life out of that, but the batteries, they say, are good for 10 years. The batteries on this thing are $20,000. So, okay, so let's do the math. For 25-year loan, for $62,000, which I wouldn't borrow the money for, but this is what he's pushing, it's $216 a month for 25 years. Let me say it again. It's $216 a month to save $124. So you spend $216 to save $124. Well, right off the bat, that doesn't seem to make sense. Okay, that's for 25 years. But I said, I don't want to borrow the money. He said, well, we got a cash price. $55,800 is the cash price. Well, now we're really saving money now. Okay. So we're sitting at the table, and I told the guy, I said, look, your world is solar panels. I get that. My world is, I shouldn't say my world. I study, whatever. I don't want to get into all my stuff, but yeah, I can do math, right? I know a little bit about finance. Okay. So It's very simple. It's like third grade stuff, though. I mean, trust me, I'm not being prideful. This is literally third grade stuff. So $55,000. When's the break-even point? When do I break even on my investment? What's my ROI? Well, if I take $124 savings, I divide $55,800 by 124. That's 450 months to break even, which is roughly 37 and a half years. Now look, I didn't include in here the price of utilities going up, and I know they're going to go up. But you know what I didn't also price in here? Every 10 years having to buy new batteries. Like I said, that's tens of thousands of dollars in batteries. And the guy's telling me, yeah, about 10 years, 10, 12 years. So you might have to buy 3.5 times of $20,000 batteries in today's dollars. So I thought that's extremely fair because, well, one, well, whatever. I go down a rabbit hole. I did all this. Normally, I don't even have a computer right now. Guys, I've moved. I've built this homestead. I've been so busy. I haven't even set my computer up. I don't have Excel. That's how everything works for me. I can solve the world's problems in Excel, I do believe. But I started doing all this stuff anyway. I was going to do future value calculations and all that. And I thought, look, I don't have to. It's so bad, in my opinion. Here it is, 37 and a half years to break even. Well, let's do just a little bit of math, right? Future value calculation, $55,800 invested today. At 1%, 1%. In 37 and a half years, it's $81,000. So this, you've gained your money back, you're 55.8. At 1%, you're at $81,037. 2%, $117,000. 5%, $347,000. And if you got 10%, let's go, you know, whatever. You'll never get 10%. Okay, I'm not saying you are. This is just a mental exercise into what could that resource do. What if you did get 10%? I think the stock market average is 12% on average. And I'm not. That's $1.9 million. So I don't understand it. I can't get it to work. Preparedness, if there's a collapse of the whole, country, everything, I get that. I totally understand that. One, if there's an EMP, this is probably all for naught anyway, right? Two, if it's preparedness, in 10 years your batteries might be shot. Probably less than that if you're discharging them every day. So, I mean, yeah, I get it. So then this is what I went through when I built my house, right? People were telling me outrageous numbers. So let me just build a thing myself. And that's what I did. And I saved about $200,000 building my own house. So I said, I don't know everything about solar panels, but I'm probably just as smart as some people that install them. I mean, I can learn, and I can do 95% of the grunt work, and I can hire an electrician to come in and make sure everything looks good. And so I just, for my own exercise, said, what if I could do it for $20,000, which I think I could. I started pricing systems, and I think I could do a reasonable system for $20,000. So $20,000 at $124 a month savings. So we're going to keep the same size system. That's 161 months to break even, which is 13.4 years for break even. So just for fun, I ran out of whiteboard. And I like whiteboards, but I ran out of whiteboard. So I just picked one, 5%. What if I invested $20,000 today? In which I'm not saying you can. I'm not saying the market's going to run forever. I'm just using this as a point of reference. 5% for 13.4 years is $67,727. So as far as a financial decision, I don't get it. One caveat. There is a tax incentive, and I did research that, and that could be something. I'm off the top of my head, don't quote me, I think it's 26% of the cost, and this is tapering down over the next few years. You can use as a tax credit. A tax credit is not a rebate, it's not a deduction. It's like a gift card the government gives you can use to pay your debt to them. And so Even that. I mean, and you can carry that, from what I read online, for 20 years. So yeah, maybe if you're up here, 26% of that, maybe there's some cost to that. I don't, that's personal, with you personally, what you pay in taxes or whatever, but you can see where that would put you. But I mean, I don't get it. And so I'm making this video like, help me understand. Help me understand what I'm missing. I don't know everything about this, but I know the numbers they gave me do not work out. The only thing I can see would be another argument would be somebody saying they're self-sufficient. And I get that. That's why I have several small solar arrays out here to power individual things. And if the grid goes out, I've still got it. They're still going. Unless we have some kind of EMP or something that takes out all of our electronics, then we're all, in a lot of troubles. But this is not that. This is to save your electric bill. It's money in for potential money returned. And I don't see it. So I'm not saying I know everything. Please put in the comments below if you've done it, if it's worked out, if you know somebody. Tell me what I'm missing. Tell me what I'm not figuring in, that somebody else saw. And I want to talk myself into doing this. Okay, I want to be more self-sufficient. Every day I'm trying to be more self-sufficient. So if you know something I don't, please let me know. So other than that, things are going along pretty good out here on the homestead. It's the middle of February. Not a lot going outside. We had a bunch of snow and ice, so everything is really muddy. Not a lot going. I can't even turn the camera around. My garage is obscene. I've got to organize. I've got some lumber that I need to buy to do some projects, but the lumber is up, and I might just bite the bullet. I'm really seeing if I'm going to roll the dice on this, if it's going to go down again. I don't know. So I'm holding off for now. I've got several big projects coming up. I'm hoping to share those on here. But thanks for watching the video, guys. I really do appreciate it. Appreciate all the new subscribers. I've taken a little hiatus from making some videos just from the holidays and had some family things going on. But I'm back, and coming into spring, we're going to be doing a lot more videos. I'm hoping to put our high tunnel greenhouse in, and I got several other things to bring, some chickens and all the stuff. So anyway, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. See you next video.